Hi lovelies, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be making this beautiful tie layer skirt that you can see right here. So this skirt has been trending for some time right now, so I decided to make mine. And the photo at the side of this my video is actually the inspiration for this particular dress. So if this is something you are excited to learn how to make, please keep watching the video. Let's get into it. So thank you guys. So these are the material I'm going to be using. So I make use of leftover fabrics that I have. Most of these piece of fabric were the ones I was meant to throw away. I don't know, one reason or the other I decided to keep them around. See, I stunned on this beautiful skirt and they're not very useful. You can see they are all in pieces, so I just cut out the pieces, like all the pieces I just cut it out. So this is what we are going to be using to make this skirt. So you just be needing as many pieces as you can find, or if you have a full fabric that you want to use, you can also go ahead and use it. So after doing this, I'll go ahead and join all these pieces for you guys to see what it looks like. But before then, you just be needing like 3 yards of fabric to make this if you want to really make this skirt, and you'll be needing like half yard of lining piece. So I already have this lining, so I'm just going to be cutting half yard from it. Now this is how you go ahead to determine the length of each of the piece you are going to be cutting. So the full length of my skirt is 18 inches. So the full length of my skirt is 18 inches. So I'm going to be dividing 18 by 6. This 6 is how many steps I want my flare to be. If you want your flare to just be 3 or 4 steps, divide it by 3 or 4. But when I divide mine by 6, what I have is 3. So when you have whatever you have, go ahead and add 2 or 3 inches to it. So add 2 or 3 inches to it. Mine, I went ahead to add 3 inches on the 3 inches that I have after dividing the full length of my skirt by 6. And what I'm now left with, when I add 3 to the 3, I'm having 6. So the length of each of these piece I'm going to be cutting will be 6 inches. That will be the length of each of these pieces. It will be what, 6 inches long. Now this one, you can see that most of this fabric are in pieces. As I told you, that are just leftover fabrics from some of the dress that I made, so I'm just going to be using it. As you can see now, this one is 6 inches long. That is, the wideness of it is 6 inches. So I'll just go ahead and measure all the rest so that I can see them. So I make sure that all the pieces I cut was up to 6 inches wide. Now the next thing I'll go ahead and do is to go ahead and join those pieces. You can see how it is, and I'll be joining it in such a way that I'll be having my full length, and each of these pieces will be appearing twice on that skirt. So each of the piece will be like 2 2. So you'll be joining it and be having like 2 different separate part of them. Now guys, see what it's looking like. See this first one. This is what I've gone ahead to join all the little pieces together and see how long I could get for one of the piece. So this is what I meant, like you should have 2 of it each. Now see the second one, the same thing, and this is another fabric as well. You can see, like, if you guys can really see I joined this fabric, you're going to laugh. Like I literally joined pieces. Some of them was up to like four different pieces together. So this is what this one is looking like. I've joined it as well. Yes, so now I'll go ahead and take the length of this fabric. I'll be measuring the length of each of these pieces so that I can see how long it is. You know, we're going to be doing a gather, so I'm going to be measuring it. Now this is how long it is. You can see I've already reached the end of my tape, around 60. Then I'll go ahead and hold that part down. I'll be using my tape again to go round it to get the total length of this particular piece. So when I measured this, the total length for this particular piece was up to 120 inches. It was up to 120 pieces. You can see it's even more than 120 pieces, 120 inches. Now the next, I'll go ahead, the second part of this was the same thing. Then this second piece, I also go ahead and measure it. But if you notice, this second piece is shorter than the first one, so it's not up to 120 inches. But what I have here is up to 90 inches, and it's also good because it has to be having times 2 of your hip circumference, times 2 or times 3 of your hip circumference. Now the same thing with this other one, but this particular one is up to 100 inches. Like the inches for this particular one is up to 100 inches, as you can see. So I'll just go ahead and measure it complete for you guys to see. So if you notice, most of the piece, their length is not equal because you know this is pieces, but if you want their length to be equal, it's totally fine. It's just the first one that is more longer, like it's used almost 10 to, let me say 10 to 12 inches to pass the others. Now the next thing you have to do is to go ahead and hem the down of your piece. Then you go ahead and form the thread that you're going to be using to do the gather. You go ahead and form it. So I've done that for all of the piece. I've hemmed the down of it, and I've gone ahead to also form my gather stitch on it. That is the same thing that I did. So I'll keep this aside, and I'll be bringing in the lining piece. Now guys, the lining that we're going to be working with. Remember that I told you guys I'm just going to be cutting a piece out from that much fabric that I have. Now it's not time for us to measure the width. Now for the waistband, I'm going to be using smoky thread on it. That is, I say I'm going to use smoky thread because I'll be showing you something. Now for your piece, go ahead and divide your hip by 2. So my hip is 40. When I divided by 2, I'm having 20. Then I also went ahead to add 4 inches to it. So I'm having 20. You can see I add 4 inches to that 20, making it 24. So my total hip is now 48 inches, as you can see. Because I'm going to be using smoky, that is why I add this 4 inches to it. So I add that 4 inches because I'm going to be adding smoky. But if you are going to be using zip, you will not need to add that 4 inches. Just go ahead and work with your normal hip circumference. That is going to serve for you. Now the length of my skirt is 18. Now I'm going to be minusing 4 inches from that 18. See how I place my tape? I minus my waistband from it, and I also place my tape and I minus 4 inches from this lining. So these 4 inches I'm minusing right now. That gather, those pieces that I cut out for the gather, is going to be making up for it. The last one I'm going to be placing on it to be making up for that 4 inches that I removed totally from the full length on when I'm taking the measurement on this lining piece. So just see how I'm going to be doing it. So just go ahead and do the same thing. So cut it out. Now I'm done cutting it out. So this is what our piece is looking like. Now I'll go ahead and mark the space that I'll be giving for each of that gather piece. I'll just go ahead and mark the space that I'll be giving. Now before I do that, I'll be measuring the length that is left with. So we are left with 5 inches. Remember that we hem 1 inches at the down of this fabric. So since we have 5 inches, I think 2 inches, like 2 inches gap will be okay for this particular length, so that when you wear your skirt, they won't be seeing the lining under it. So you can use 2 inches, 2.5 or 3 inches for this particular length of skirt. But me, I want mine to be very full, and I don't even know how I'm going to be explaining. I just want it very full. So I'm marking 2 inches gap away from each other. So that is a line that is going to be serving as our guideline for placing all those our gather piece that we're going to be using for this skirt. So now guys, I'll just go ahead and mark the same thing all through this lining piece, so that we can form a straight line, that when so that when we are about to attach those gather piece to it, we are not going to be misplacing the lines. So you also turn your lining piece and also mark at the back of it. So make sure you mark at the back of it too, so that when you open it up, you can be able to connect the dots together. So they can connect the dots together to be in a safer side. Just go ahead and do it like that. So guys, I'm done doing it, so I'll go ahead and connect all the dots together like this. Just see what I'm doing. Just go ahead and connect it with my ruler to form a straight line. So this particular straight line I have now will be where I'll be placing each of those gather pieces. So this line is just serving as a guide for me to work with. So I'll be placing the gather, all those gather pieces on the different lines. So go ahead and also draw the line at the back of the lining piece as well. Just make sure that you draw it out at the part of the lining piece. Draw them out. So we are having 5 lines. Then at the tip of this lining piece will be the number 6 line, because that is where we are going to be placing the number 6. So guys, as you can see, I'm done with this. So I'll go ahead and bring back those pieces, all those pieces of fabric that I drew before. Now this is what it's looking like. So the next thing for you to go ahead and do right now is to check the circumference of this your lining piece. So I'm having 48. Now I'll be gathering my dress to be up to 48 inches, because if I gather anything less than that, it's not going to match in on that lining piece, and you just find out that you have wasted a lot of energy. So guys, please, I'm going to be doing this gathering part of the camera. Like, I can't usually capture it on the camera because these pieces are very much. We can't do all of them now, the video will be too long. So I'll just go ahead and pack all this piece and gather it off camera. So guys, I'm done gathering it off camera. You can see what it's looking like. See, it's just looking so beautiful and nice. See, I've gathered every single piece. Now I'm going to be bringing our lining piece back, so I'll be showing you how you are going to go ahead to attach this on your fabric, on any design you want to make. So it's very easy. Now the first thing I'm going to be doing is to determine which color that is going to come first at the down part of my skirt. So you start placing your ruffles at the down part of your skirt, not at the top. The top should be the last one for you to do. Now I'll be placing it like this. After sewing it, you'll be turning it over. So we are going to be going to the sewing machine together to do justice to this particular beautiful skirt. So we're going to be going to the sewing machine together. Now guys, you can see how I place this one. I place it how I showed you earlier. Then I'll just go ahead and stitch it down. So when I'll be done stitching this down, I'll be showing you how to go about turning it as well. So this is what it's looking like right now. So guys, while sewing this, you should make sure that you keep adjusting this piece with your hand. So your both hand is going to be at work. So you just keep doing it, keep adjusting it to the lining, and keep making it look very smooth and also very nice. Now this is the first piece. So after sewing it like this, you go ahead and turn it over like this. You can see that this thing is covering the rough edge, so just go ahead and cover it over like this. So guys, when we are done doing this, you bring in the next color. So you're not going to be putting the same color together, but after each color you give a space, you put another color there and keep sewing. So you can see how I did it. I brought this one right now, and I'm going to be sewing it the same way I sewed the first one. I sewed that down part, so I'll be checking it up, and I'll go ahead, after finish sewing it, you go ahead and flip it over as well. And please do not forget to always use our hand to adjust your gathers, except you want after sewing it you'll be like the gather is not looking very nice. Now guys, you can see I'm done with the second one. Just see how it comes out. It's looking nice and beautiful as well. Looking very nice and beautiful. So now we are going to be doing the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth. But I don't think I'm going to be doing all of them on the camera. So guys, you guys are going to pardon me for that one. I will not be doing all of them on the camera. So guys, this one now is the third one. I decided to put it so that you will see how I'm putting it. So this is the third one. So you can see how I end up mixing this fabric up and down. So guys, see what the third one is looking like. So I'll go ahead and make the fourth and the fifth, then the number six I'm going to be showing you guys. So this is the number six that I'm doing right now. You can see I place it at the top of my I place it at the top of the lining piece, as you can see. So I did not turn it over like the other ones that I did. You just be placing this one straight. So my camera was not really capturing everything, but it can still serve. So guys, we are done putting the gathers, so we are going to be moving to our cutting table so I can show you guys what it looks like. So guys, this is what it's really looking like right now. You can see it's looking so beautiful and nice. Now the next thing is to go about closing this particular skirt. Remember, we are not going to be putting zip. What we are going to be using is elastic, which I'm going to be creating with my smoky thread. So I'm going to be using my smoky thread to create an elastic waistband with the smoky thread. So the next thing you're going to be doing is to close up the lining piece first. You can see how I'm doing it. So you close it up first. See how it's looking like. Very beautiful and neat. Then go ahead and turn it over. So now it's for you to also close those parts that you do not sew at the end of that place. So you go ahead and you'll be closing it like this. See how I'm doing it. Just keep closing it. Keep closing it like this till you close all of them. So that I decided to close it like this so it will not be joined on the lining piece. So guys, I'm done closing that. So the next thing for us to do is to drop this aside and bring in the piece we are going to be using to cut the waistband. Now guys, this is the pieces we are going to be using to cut the waistband. You can see it's looking so nice and long and also beautiful. So we're going to be using this fabric. So the width of this fabric is 8 inches while the length is 48 inches. So I'll just go ahead and run my smoky thread on it. So guys, see how it's looking like. So I've added my smoky thread to it, and this is what it's looking like. So you can see that the length is never up to 20 again, because after using that smoky thread is became very small, and the width is still almost 8 inches. So now just go ahead and turn it over like this and close the sides. So I'll be closing the sides first, and I'll bring it back to show you guys what I meant by. So I'll go ahead and close the side. As you can see, I've closed it. So now I'll go ahead and turn it over, and I'll also go ahead and fold it into two, as you can see. So once I'm done folding this into two, I'll go ahead and bring in the main skirt so we can attach this waistband to it. Now when you bring your skirt, you will go ahead and place your waistband at one side. Just go ahead and pin it at one side, and you keep sewing. And while sewing this, you keep dragging that waistband. Pin it down. While sewing it, you keep dragging the waistband. That is what will help this to go round the skirt. So guys, I'm done making this beautiful and gorgeous skirt. So if you find this tutorial helpful, please do not forget to like this video, share the video, and also subscribe to our channel, and also turn your notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.